guys, it's Ghosdee. Welcome back to my channel, and this week I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite comfort films. Welcome back, guys. I've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I had to take some time away from making some content because I was getting burnt out, and that led to a deep depression that I've been dealing with for a long time. While I've been trying to take care of myself in this time, I've been reflecting on a lot of things that bring me happiness so I can bring joy back into my life. I compiled a list of movies that bring me comfort, movies that I can reference and watch to make me feel better in these times of feeling really low. I encourage you guys to make a list of comfort films that has made me feel so much better. I know I'm not the only one that is struggling with depression right now. This holiday season has been particularly hard for everyone. So I hear you, I completely feel you, and I'm here for you, and I encourage you guys to write a list of your favorite comfort films. This was so much fun for me, and I was able to come to conclusions about things that I look for when I'm down, and inspiration is definitely one of them. So in no particular order, here's a list of 10 films that I find comfort in watching. When I first saw Mid-90s when it premiered, I was in a particularly hard time of my life, and the joy that this movie brought me was so unexpected. I knew I would really like it, but I did not know that I would fall in love with it. I love the friendship in this film, specifically the relationship between Ray and Stevie. I think that Ray is just an amazing role model to Stevie. That one scene of Ray and Stevie is something that I think everybody could take away from, just the reminder of appreciating what you already have. Jonah Hill, I think, so talented as a director. The soundtrack slaps, and I really just want Jonah Hill to come back and direct another film. Whip It is also a coming-of-age film. I tend to love those type of films. You just follow this character who wants to escape the conservatism of her home. She finds comfort in her people in this roller derby scene in Austin. This movie is also really feminist, directed by Drew Barrymore. The cast is amazing. Just off the top of my head, Kristen Wiig is in it. Elliot Page is the main character in it. And Drew Barrymore is in it as well. Eve, the rapper Eve, is in it. Zoe Bell, I think that's her last name. It's a good, feel-good indie film too, so if you're in that mood, I would definitely slap this movie on. If you grew up in Tumblr 2010 era and you didn't think you related to the other girls, yeah, you're definitely gonna enjoy this movie. Disclaimer, the shit that's happening with James Franco right now is super disappointing. I think that this movie is kind of perfect in so many ways, and it just sucks that really awful people make great shit sometimes. It had been a while since I felt so satisfied at the end of a movie. I was not expecting this. I was expecting to just laugh and not get the humor, but I actually understood the humor. A. B. It's so uplifting and so inspirational, and the friendship between Tommy and I can't even think of the other guy's name, but that friendship, the way it was displayed, obviously the chemistry between James and Dave that was there, they're brothers. It's these friends working hard to achieve their dreams. It's one of those movies that reminds me to keep going and never stop. And it also reminds me that your success could look totally different, because Tommy got successful by making the worst movie ever, so I appreciate that. Not only is this one of the best horror movies in the entire world, Scream is one of the few franchises I consider near perfect. I have a huge appreciation for meta horror in general. Meta horror makes me feel seen. It's just a great movie to put on when it's raining and you got some soup and you got some bread and you just want to chill and you just want to not think about anything. Put on Scream. I know I said I wasn't gonna rank this list, but Scary Movie is actually probably my ultimate comfort film. I grew up watching all three of those movies. Nostalgia all the way, definitely on these movies for sure. I love the Wayans brothers. They really brought a lot of black humor to the mainstream. They're so fucking quotable. They just have some of the most hilarious scenes. why I saw it on here. Hear me out, guys. Watching people get tortured is not what brings me comfort. It's just I watched these movies as a kid in the comfort of my family, so my brain is like, ooh, we're comfortable, I guess. And it's also like one of the best fucking franchises in the entire world, so. Back in 2007, your homegirl spent a whole summer watching this movie. And when I say I spent a whole summer watching this movie, I mean that I went down into my basement and put this DVD on every day for the whole summer. This was the movie that I needed. I felt like a fucking outsider growing up. I mean, I still feel like an outsider, but it was particularly bad in middle school when people were like, you know, all clickety click, and I'm like, shit, I don't really have that going for me. This movie is literally anti-clicks. This movie is about just like being yourself, friendship, love, going for what you want, using your voice. I was really insecure at that age, and I was a kid that always loved to have hope, always been optimistic and loved to hold on hope. But this summer in particular was the first time that I really struggled with depression. A lot was going on in my life. I was experiencing a lot of triggers and blah, blah, blah. But this movie brought me the hope that I had been missing. I still put this on. I think it's on YouTube for free, if I'm not mistaken, because I watched it on YouTube for free like not too long ago. That movie has a really good message. So yeah, I appreciate that. This list has a lot of nostalgia movies for me because nostalgia is my bitch. Holes is another nostalgia movie for me. This is also tied to a family experience and we all loved it. Holes is a perfect fucking film. I honestly kind of want to analyze the themes of it because it just covers so many important themes. There's betrayal, there's love, there's loss, there's friendship, greed. It has one of the best endings in any fucking movie. He gets out of jail, they inherit all this money, and everybody's happy. I fucking love Holes. I thought this movie was literally made for me. This movie just feels like a letter to me, a letter to young me. There's a scene where she dances to Thriller at the club in this cute ass dress. What more could you ask for? Midsommar is on this list because I felt seen when I finished this movie. I just relate to Danny so much. The score is the most beautiful score I have ever heard in my entire life from start to finish. And it just works well with how they filmed it because the movie is so bright and sunny. And that's how the score is. I meditate two songs from the score. Fire Temple and The Blessing are my two favorite songs to meditate to. So this is a film that I would put on all the time whenever I just wanted to like relax and bring some comfort. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you liked it, you can give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel. You can always hit the bell to be notified whenever I release new content. Be sure to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram at DiscoLlama, Twitter at Ghosdee, and Letterboxd at Ghosdee. Thanks. I'll see you guys in the next video.